This is already your fifth time in the Philippines. Wow. So what is it about the Philippines that you enjoy so much, and why do you keep performing for the Filipinos?
Because of you guys. I mean, really, it's like the fans and it's the feel of the rooms. Once we get up on stage, it's just it's always incredible. You bring it, so that's what keeps us coming back. Really.
So yeah, you've already performed in the Philippines several times. Are there any memorable encounters with your Filipino fans?
Oh my God, all of them. Every time we perform, the energy from the crowd, the energy of the singing, the passion, you can just tell everyone loves the songs and want to contribute. I mean, for me, it's extraordinary every single time. From the small clubs we played 7 years ago to the more recent, slightly bigger shows. It's absolutely amazing each time. We love it and we'll keep on coming back as long as you guys want us.
We also had a very memorable DJ set.
Yeah.
God, of course,
well,
last year.
Yeah, last year, which was a lot of fun because like it was a sort of a smaller room and it was a club, so it was a different atmosphere, and it really like everyone was partying hard on like a Tuesday night or something. So yeah,
Very productive.
yeah.
So are you guys familiar with any Filipino artists, and if any, are you open to collaborating with Filipino artists in the future?
So we're so bad with names. Sorry, so forgive us if we can't remember any. But we've got a friend who has a record shop, and we've spent like quite a lot of time in there with him, and like he's played us a lot of Filipino music, which we really loved.
Yeah, we've
Including a
seen
band,
a fair few bands, opening for us and stuff like that.
Yeah. So there's great stuff here, we know, and yeah, 100% open to collaborating. That's like a really important part of what we do, and so yeah, we'd love to connect with some people who are kind of up for it here. And yeah, totally.
So,
Particularly with the band or the artist.
So yeah, this friend of us has he introduced me to a 70s band, which is psychedelic and quite funky, which I thought was amazing, called Hot Dog.
Oh.
Do not own the record, but it's on my wish list. I look for it on the internet. But yeah, so yeah, if these guys are still going, it should be up for a collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So were there any favorite moments from your previous gigs here?
Probably the first one.
I mean, the first time, yeah, that's.
Yeah, it
The
was.
crowd was so loud. It was
Yeah.
louder.
Yeah.
It was like the Beatles at Shea Stadium. We couldn't even hear ourselves. They were so loud.
It was really fun, wasn't it? And it was in like a kind of like almost like
Was
a
it
club.
19 East?
19 East.
19
19
East.
East,
What
yeah.
a venue
Oh.
that was.
Yeah.
Real vibe in there.
We played that venue twice,
Yeah.
and both time we'd never experienced something like this. I mean, something as hot, first and foremost, but then the fans is, incredible experience both times.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great venue. So your concert later is part of your Asia tour. How's Asia so far?
It's been great, like really great. The gigs have been really special. It's all felt quite emotional. I think partly because we're playing new music, but maybe more new music than we have on previous tours. Songs that we've been kind of sitting on for a year or so. And you kind of never know how they're going to go down, but to be playing them in big rooms with a lot of people like really responding well to them that's felt really, really good.
So zeroing in on your music, one of your top hits right now is your rendition of "As It Was" by Harry Styles. So, why did you choose that song to cover? And how do you feel about its performance right now? Because it's doing really well on TikTok. Did you expect it to go really viral?
No,
Absolutely not a chance.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Expect
well,
it
you
to go
kind of,
viral.
you could never expect something going viral, really, because actually the song came out and then it was out online for like maybe 4 months, 5 months,
What?
and we
That
were,
long?
yeah.
What,
And-
before we covered it?
No,
No,
I mean before it went
it
viral.
was-
Oh, sorry,
And-
sorry. Our version. Yeah.
We
sorry.
we were on tour actually when it started, and actually Dan's brother is like a TikToker.
Oh.
And sort of knows like what's going on, and he sent Dan a message saying, "Hey, do you guys know like this is happening?" and we were like on tour, really busy, and we sort of were like vaguely aware of it. And then as that tour went on, it just started building and building and building, and to the point where it was one of the top 10, used tracks on TikTok for kind of a period like a week or two. So yeah. I mean, we had 5 billion plays like on TikTok, which is just absolutely insane to even can't really comprehend that figure. So yeah, you can't plan it. So yeah, definitely didn't expect it.
It's funny, yeah. I remember the first I heard from this was actually when we were on the plane back in London. We just landed, and all our phones suddenly just went back, and there was a message from a manager saying, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" So that's actually like when I remember seeing all these choreographies on TikTok, and then 3 days later there was Kevin Bacon, Pussycat, Rita Ora. There was all these celebrities doing
That's
this
the
dance.
best one.
And it was crazy. Yeah, it was quite fun.
He sent us a message on Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah.
What, like a DM?
I can't remember, but it was just like
Oh.
great track or something.
to see
Life
that.
actually.
Yeah.
Bacon himself.
The goat.
Yeah, really nice to hear from him, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have already established yourself with this very particular music style, very groovy, and you've been consistent with your style of music. So can you share with us what your creative process is like, and what role do each of you play in, when creating music?
So I mean, yeah, there's a sort of general thing which tends to happen, which I'm not really part of for a bit. Like as a rule, these guys will start making an instrumental demo, usually on their own, and then they get together in these mysterious rooms, which I don't really see. I don't really know what goes on there. But at some point, there's a kind of a thing that sounds almost like a prep record, but without any singing on it, and that's usually been the first point at which I hear it. And then the kind of the very first listen for me is really important. That's like often when most of the melody is kind of happens, just from me singing along with it and following the kind of just going with the feel and the atmosphere that instrumental gives me. And then once the melody's kind of been honed, then I kind of write the lyrics, and these guys kind of finish the production. That's usually what happens.
What's your favorite part of the songwriting or the song making process?
For me, it's that melody writing bit, I think. And then when the lyrics open up, I can see where they're going. That as well.
I mean, yeah, in general, yeah. Wallin and I will probably tinker along on keyboard and drums, just to try to arrange a vague instrumental, and then Dan can take this idea and make it sound more interesting, more sophisticated. I mean, in general, that's what it is, but it's not always like that. It doesn't have to be that way, but in general,
Yeah, we
it
should.
tends to be.
I think we should say though that for the latest record,
Yeah.
it was done quite differently. So, but that's kind of what we're describing as sort of how we worked up until about a year ago, and then for this record we started by all going into the studio together and writing with all 4 of us in the room. So like it was much more fluid in a way. Like maybe like Tom might have written like a middle 8 to a song or something, and different people were playing different instruments. It's sort of it became more fluid, and then for the production side, we then went and worked with like a producer, which we'd never done before because we've always been self-sufficient. And so then there was a kind of another personality coming into the dynamic. So yeah, it's been quite a different process making this album.
So speaking of your new song, which comes out tomorrow, so can you share with us what the song is about and what is the inspiration for the song?
Yeah, what's
The
it
song-
actually
the-
about?
well, the
Never
song-
heard that answer.
I'd say the inspiration largely came from this guy, Eddie Chacon, who we wrote it with. As a guy, he's just got the most extraordinary kind of aura.
Yeah.
And we really just loved being with him. We had this day in the studio in LA. And we just got on really well. it just felt like it was gonna work right from the get-go, and it did. You know, and we had the song way more. You know, it kind of came together much more quickly, I think, than any of us were expecting. What it's about, I think it's about you know, being in a relationship where you feel like it's not got quite the energy that it used to, but you're not ready to leave it. You know, you still feel like it can work, but you're not quite seeing how right now, but you know you want to keep going.
Will you be playing the song later during your concert?
We will be playing it, yeah. Not with Eddie Chacon, unfortunately, not
Aw.
tonight, but yeah, we will be playing it.
Hopefully next time.
Yeah, we'll bring it next time.
But before Call It, you guys have Get Away with Femme de For It. What's the collaboration like, and what's the story behind the song?
We had a mutual admiration. We exchanged a few messages on Instagram, and then there was we had an opportunity. We were playing together at the same festival in Indonesia. That's where we met. And then a couple of days after that festival, which was on our previous tour, we and Pum were both in Bangkok for our Bangkok show. So we hooked up in a recording studio and wrote Get Away pretty much in one day.
Oh.
Yeah, it was another quick one, wasn't it?
It was just one of these where we all got on and we understood each other and everything felt really relaxed. And then he came on stage with us to perform one of our songs. So we became friends, stayed in touch. But yeah, the song was done in pretty much a day. We then spent a year tweaking every final detail of everything. But it was a quick one. Yeah.
So what are your future plans for Prep?
We've got an album coming up. So the last year has been, you know, it's kind of, yeah, we've had quite a kind of fortunate year of getting to kind of go and play shows in these extraordinary places and also go around the world writing and kind of making music in extraordinary places. We were in LA for a bit and working with some incredible people there. And then there was this producer we all really wanted to work with who's in Paris, in this wonderful studio, kind of one of those kind of studios which there aren't very many of left, because most of them have kind of been turned into blocks of flats or knocked down for one reason or another. This is a real gem of a place where like really important French records have been made since like the 1970s, and it still feels kind of like it is the 1970s a bit in there. So we were going over to Paris like every month for a few days, laying down what we thought was going to be an EP originally, and then it started feeling so good that we made it into an album. And it's kind of, I can't quite believe it, but it's done, because it's taken us a while to get there, but it's done and it's coming out in June.
Oh. So what can fans look forward to in your concert later?
New music.
New music, new visuals. It's kind of a new show with fan favorites, of course. We wouldn't be here if we were not going to play the fan favorites. But yeah, got new visuals. We're playing a few new songs from the new album. It's important for us to test this new material to see how it feels, and we can't wait for the fans to hear those new tunes.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel like how did you guys grow from when you started as a band and then up until now that you're doing international tours? How can you describe the growth? What changed?
I mean, so much. Everything, you know, looking at how important live shows are to us now, that's not something we ever saw coming. Like it really was a studio project at the beginning. We were making songs, not even like all together. You know, we didn't really know each other that well. We made a song, at least one song, maybe it is one song. Cheapest Flight was made before I'd met like Llewellyn and Guillaume. So I don't know what we'd have called it at that point. It didn't feel like it was a band. It was like a studio project.
Yeah.
And then we met and we liked each other and we knew that something special was happening. But even then it was all kind of very anonymous. We didn't want to let anyone know how many people were involved and who those people were. And that went on for like about a year maybe without us really.
I feel like it was almost 2 years from
was
starting
it?
before we
We
ever
didn't
released
show-
a photograph of us.
Yeah.
We didn't show our faces. We like the
Yeah.
idea of just letting the artwork speak for itself and have this idea. Yeah.
Everyone thought I was a woman.
Yeah.
Lots of people still do. I still get that comment.
Yeah.
I think because I sing quite high and yeah. So it was, yeah, there was this real kind of mysterious thing going on early on, and also it didn't occur to us to really play live. I don't know why, because it's like, you know, it was such an obvious move, and it's now like just the best fun that we have. But back then, I think we thought it'd be really difficult because of how the music was made. It was kind of quite bitty, and it was all about computers and like, you know. And then we realized we just needed to get a couple of extra people to come and play with us, and then actually we could do it and it would feel amazing. So that's probably the biggest change.
So, for my last question, any message for your Filipino fans?
I mean, yeah, you know, it's thank you really, and it's, you know, we love you guys, and we really, really appreciate all of the incredible support that goes all the way back to kind of, you know, the beginning for us, and it's we really feel it, you know, even though we're quite a long way away most of the time in the UK, we really, really feel it, and you know, you guys are always in our head, and those sort of memories of what it is to be in a room playing our songs for you and that all feeling so good. That's the stuff that's in our head when we're making new music. So, you know, your energy really feeds us and what we do. So thank you.